The first and probably the only thing one looks for in the judiciary is justice. Yet the phrase justice delayed is justice denied often rings true here in Kenya, and the reason why the proposed constitution seeks to overhaul the entire judiciary. The judiciary is an important institution for the effective running of any government. If the executive exceeds its powers or misappropriates resources, then the responsibility of checking those excesses lies with the judiciary. To do so effectively, it has to be independent, free of the political patronage that seems to define the current judicial system. In the proposed new constitution, the responsibility of appointing judges will be taken away from the executive, and those already in the system will have to be vetted afresh within 12 months by the Judicial Service Commission. The Chief Justice will be required to leave office within 6 months without the option of reapplying. The Attorney General will also be required to leave office within 1 year without an option of reapplying. This process is, however, interpreted as humiliating by some quarters, but unnecessary one, according to those who agree with it.
If we are going to treat people equal, because that's what democracy is, we should also treat the judges equally. If we say the judges are not performing, we know which judges are not performing. So do we have to take everybody through that vetting procedure? And secondly, who is going to be the vetter? Because it will have to be somebody who has been set up. They may be having their own interest.
The retirement goes up to 74. I mean, it's going to be there for a long time to come. So we have to carry out a process of vetting.
In carrying out its mandates, the Judicial Service Commission will recommend to the President persons for appointment as judges. It will also review and make recommendations on the conditions of service of judges and judicial officers and the disciplining of office registrars, magistrates and other judicial officers. The commission will be composed of the Chief Justice, who will be the chair, one Supreme Court judge, one Court of Appeal judge, one High Court judge, the Attorney General, 2 advocates of either sex, a Public Service Commission nominee, and 2 others elected by the President with the approval of Parliament to represent the public. The system of courts as stated in the proposed constitution is as follows. The superior courts will consist of the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal and the High Court. The magistrates' courts, the controversial Kadhi's courts, the court-martial and any other court or local tribunal, as may be established by an Act of Parliament, will constitute the subordinate courts.
That I will at all times uphold the rule of law and administration of justice.
The two sides of the political divide, supporting and opposing the proposed constitution, have different expectations of the judiciary.
We expect a very independent and very independent, very energetic, very active judiciary, which can dispense justice not only effectively but efficiently.
If it is actually implemented, it will cause confusion. One, the vetting process, which is supposed to take within 1 year, that means the judiciary will be paralyzed because you don't know whether you're going to be there or you're not going to be there.
The fate of the judiciary now lies in the hands of Kenyans, who will go for the referendum poll in just 24 days. And their thirst for justice is likely to determine how they vote. Sylvia Chebet, Citizen Weekend.